Hey guys, this is Ace Scalker here, and today I'm going to be talking about my feelings about the Avengers Game beta and the controversy surrounding it. Now, what did I think of the beta? Well, it was alright. The 8 game section was actually very enjoyable, more enjoyable than the other two story missions, which is surprising because everybody's seen it all this time, but still, it was great. I enjoyed all of the characters, but my favorites were Thor and Captain America. But then you never got to play as either of them again. But Iron Man was pretty fun too. As for the story, I think they're going in an interesting direction. Nobody really believes that Cap is dead. Spoiler alert, by the way. And the developers don't expect you to believe it either. They even confirmed that Cap's coming back, which I think takes a bit of a blow out of the story. But yeah. In the next mission, my enjoyment decreased a lot more. It was just Hulk and Kamala, which means a smaller variety of heroes. Sure, I like the Hulk's powers. But this story here wasn't very interesting until we got up to the Abomination fight, which was the highlight of that mission for me. The Abomination fight was pretty good. I think it was better than the Taskmaster one with Black Widow. And you basically just gotta beat him up. But yeah, it was a fine story mission. I think it was worse than 8A in my opinion. And it felt pretty disjointed from the story, though I suspect that the main game will not share that problem. Then we got to the third and final story mission of the game, where you and Hulk, or Kamala and Hulk, took on a bunch of AIM agents again. Except this time, after finding Jarvis in the last mission, you had to allow him to get his uplink back so we could access all of his information. Honestly, it felt kind of boring to me, except for the Nick Fury part, which was interesting, but then again, he's absent for most of the game, which leaves me to wonder, where is he? And everybody else, too. So yeah, that was interesting. Then after that, things kind of went downhill. I tried out some of the harm room challenges. I had to delete the first one off YouTube, but the others two are still good. You can check those out. They were okay. It was pretty good to test out all the heroes' capabilities, but there were a lot of glitches, and I frequently got stuck outside the map. That's what really takes down this experience for me, glitches. There were a lot. Missions would freeze up, so I couldn't play them anymore. And, certain times I would get stuck in an area and have to redo the whole level again. This actually happened quite a lot on the Eastern Seaboard mission for me. On the, beta weekend that's still going on at the recording of this video. But yeah, it's a pretty flawed experience. The other missions weren't that good, to be honest. Most of the ones you can play with other people aren't that good. It's basically just break into this base, destroy some stuff, damage some enemies, stand in place so Jarvis can link up to something. It's kind of boring. I was going to like the Eastern Seaboard mission because well, it let you rescue hostages, but then it became more of the same thing, and then it kept crashing on me. Also, frequently, at least on the first day of the second beta weekend, it kept saying that I didn't have an internet connection, even though I clearly did. And on the second day, however, it completely fixed that, so that's great. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the beta. A kind of flawed experience. Oh, and there's one more thing, the loot system. Now, the loot system isn't all that great to me. It's basically just invisible loot that you can't even see on your character, which is kind of annoying for me. Yeah, and it's kind of repetitive, just breaking open a crate each time. Jedi Fallen Order had this too, however, Cal had some unique voice lines, whereas in this game, they just open it. Also, the loading screens in this game aren't too fun for me. The Avengers just stare at each other. Meanwhile, in Spider Man PS4, there would be a lot of different situations, like a man reading a newspaper and seeing Spider Man in real life and Spider Man in the newspaper, and one where Spider Man's listening to some music with another guy on the subway. So, yeah, that could definitely need improving. And all of the heroes kind of felt similar to me, except for Cap because he had a shield. But, I mean, a lot of heroes had like a defensive ability, like Iron Man and Captain America, and then they all had a throwing ability. So, it kind of felt too samey for me. Also, I like what they did with the cosmetics. Although it takes a lot to get some of the higher level cosmetics. I like what they did with the collection cards. So yeah, that was a positive for me. And now, before we go, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the Spider-Man controversy. To be honest, I think it's fine. PS4 has had exclusive content for games before, such as Modern Warfare's. Still PS4 locked exclusive content that will be coming to Xbox this year. However, that's when the new Call of Duty comes out, so many people will have just given up on it and switched to the other one. But to be honest, this is where PlayStation is going. They're trying to really push the Spider-Man angle with Spider-Man PS4, and now Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS5, which I will be reviewing when it comes out and playing for you guys. But yeah, I don't really feel too bad about it, but maybe that's just because I'm on PlayStation. But also, you probably should have known that Spider-Man was a PlayStation thing by now. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to say in this video. The Avengers game is fun, but severely flawed and limited by its glitches and boring loot system. I'm mostly just going to be there for the story. I don't much care for the multiplayer aspect. And, well, the AI that assists you are terrible. They won't capture objectives, they will just stand around and defeat enemies that sometimes aren't even close to you. So, yeah. I like some of the characters' designs, like Iron Man and Black Widow, but Thor's I don't much care for, and Hulk's bearded appearance just looks horrendous to me. Captain America looks too bulky, and I think Miss Marvel's later appearance is good, but her beginning one I don't very much care for. Um, yeah, I'll be reviewing this game and playing it when it comes out, and I'll be showing the Hawkeye and later Spider-Man content. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, and if you can, subscribe. And if there's anything you would like to tell me about the Avengers game, please comment it down below. Anyways, I'll see you next time, guys, and stay safe.